Well, welcome to the Crafty Diamond. I am Debbie. Today is my weekly whip and chat, and that is a work in progress. Today I am going to be working on my diamond painting, which is Satara, and this is from Miko Jelena Diamond Art Club. It is a 61 by 41 centimeters. This is the oldest kit in my stash, and it is also, of course, the oldest Diamond Art Club kit. I have so many in my stash, but I'm trying to get through the oldest 5 for this year, and then I'll decide next year if I want to continue doing that. I'm not really sure yet, but right now, so far, this is a go. This is my first of 5, and this one's not very large. It only has 19 colors, and it's a lot of blacks and a lot of purple. And I am fine with that. It is also a round. It should go fairly quickly. And I will show you in the description, or actually I will put at somewhere in this video a picture of what this is going to look like. I can also show you on here as well. That's what I'm going to put in my logbook, which I desperately need to update. I am using my Add More Zest Zesty Blue tray today. I have a purple one. I guess I should have gotten that one out, but I already have blue, so that's what we'll use today. I am using my new pen from Leopard Leatherworks, and it is purple, has some pink in it, and a little bit of swirls of blue on the inside, which is hard to see. And I'm using Patsy Putty today in my multi-placer. Single placer, I am using a glue dot. So let's go ahead and get started. Let me move this over so you can see better. I haven't even laid any drills on this diamond painting, so technically I guess it would not be considered a whip, but once I start on it today, it will. And again, there's a lot of black. We are on a very dark section today, and I do tend to multi-place quite a bit. I will later get my 10 placer. I do have a 15 placer that I can also use on this. When I first start a diamond painting though, I'd like to single place and at least get a starting point that I will be able to use going forward. And this one's going to be different because this one actually is from 2020. That's how old this kit is. I can already see so many differences on this. And it's going to be interesting to see whenever I finish this what I think about it. I do have an unboxing of sorts on my channel. I will put that underneath the description. And I honestly cannot remember if I kitted this up with you guys. I think I did. If I did, I will also include that underneath the description as well. But I honestly cannot remember, and I don't want to stop and then look. I don't have my computer on me right now in the same room, and I don't want to take my phone and use that because that's what I film with. So anyway, first of all, how are you guys? It has been a hot minute and I've missed you so much. And I honestly, from the bottom of my heart, am sincere about this. I normally do not go 2 weeks without a whip and chat. I haven't done hardly any videos in the past week and a half. And I do apologize for that. I'm sure that you guys understand. We had a loss of one of our fur babies, and it hit me really hard. I mean, I won't lie. I have been an emotional wreck from the day that we had to say goodbye, really until this past weekend. I don't want to say I've come to terms with it, but I have finally realized that, how it's going to be without her, and I do deeply miss Zoe. She was 14, just celebrated her 14th birthday, and we were not expecting to have to say goodbye. It was one of those things that she was starting to show some symptoms of arthritis. She did have a bad back, but she muddled through from when she was like 3 until now, until she passed on her back. Every once in a while it would flare up. We would give her some medicine. And so I thought, okay, her back is flaring up. We'll just go ahead and we will get her another cortisone shot, get her some medicine, and all will be good. And so we did that, didn't get better. And then she started to sleep a lot. And you might have even heard me in my videos over the past few months about the sleeping. She would go into a deep sleep and she would just be sleeping all the time. I didn't really think a lot about it. I thought, well, she's just, sleeping. But then the sleeping got heavier and heavier, and I knew something was going on. And then she started to where she wouldn't put her paw down. She was limping around. Took her back to the vet, and they did extensive testing and found out that day that there were just some things that we didn't know about, and I was not going to let my baby suffer. I can hardly talk about it now. I am trying to just let you guys know what was going on. Can't get into a lot of detail because I will definitely lose it, and I just don't want to be in that place again. I just don't want to have to go through all of the mourning and the sadness, and it was really tough. I am not going to lie. It was really, really tough. She has seen us through a lot, and it was hard to have to tell my kids. I didn't even bring Zoe home when I found out that it was time, and I just knew that it was after I'd spoken to our vet, and the vet said that she had an extremely high tolerance of pain, that she just wasn't ready to go until she was. And when she was, that's when she started giving me these hints, and I could tell she was ready, and I said goodbye to her. I was there. She was right with me until the end. But just wanted to let you know that we are all fine. Molly, our collie, she is 3. She's working on getting better. She's been very depressed. We've been giving her extra loves. She refuses to sleep upstairs with us. She's always slept down in the basement, and she's been sleeping on Zoe's bed. I think this past weekend she did start sleeping back on her bed, but I'm going to keep Zoe's bed for Molly in case she needs to go over there and spend, some time with her friend's bed. But we are all doing better, and Molly, as you can hear, she is super quiet. She's inside. Normally, she is very active during my videos. I know I've had some complaints that she's been, barking, and I do apologize for that. I don't know what was causing her to bark so much, because normally she didn't do that, and then all of a sudden she started in barking a lot, and that was just over the past couple of months. And so now she is quiet again. She is just here next to me. Yes? Okay, thank you. And so she's calmed down a lot. And I don't know if that was because, she just knew something was wrong. And I don't know. I guess we'll never know. I just put some new putty in here, and I had just smeared some of the putty on my canvas, but I think it will be okay. If not, I will just get my handy dandy tools out here, which basically consist of tweezers that I will probably stab myself with, because why, I always do. I forget, I put my tweezers on my table, and then I start looking for them and I find them really quick because I typically stab myself with them. So the moral of that story is once you finish using your tweezers to always put the guard back on or you will get poked. I can tell already that these 3 tins are going to be a challenge. This is going to be a little slow going until I get really good and started. I did have spring break 2 weeks ago, and that was a lot of fun. I got quite a bit of diamond painting done during the first half of spring break. I also started doing some things around the house and trying to start some spring cleaning. I want to go through a bunch of stuff and donate it, and then some things I may try to sell or I'm going to just purge. I started working on my craft room, and I've mentioned this before, but I'm really liking the way that I am going to organize, and that I have decided, what crafts I'm going to continue working on in the future, ones I know that I will never go back to again, and just trying to reduce some of my stash, and it's definitely time for that. I'm hoping that where I have lost some of that putty, I put too much putty in there. I'm hoping I'll be okay, and this glue dot is not being very friendly today. But anyway, I got a lot of that done, found some ways that I want to organize. I have a Kallax, which is basically what I call a cubby system. It is one of the bookshelves that has individual cubbies in it. I've had those for a long time, and I actually have 3 of them. So they are side by side, and I love my cubbies, so I'm definitely keeping those. But I am buying some organizers that I think will work very well and will actually maximize the space in the cubbies. And I'm enjoying that. And I am selling my scrap box. I've been going back and forth for a couple of years on that, of what I wanted to do. And a scrap box it's a dream box now. It used to be called the scrap box when it first came out years ago. And I have had mine for a very, very long time. It is the scrap box 2.0, and it is still nice. It still looks really good, but it takes up a lot of space whenever it's open, and it's not really needed for the type of crafts that I'm doing now. So I think that it's just time that I decide to sell that. I'm going to put that on Facebook Marketplace. So if anybody is listening and lives close to me, if you are interested, then let me know. I haven't even really thought about a price yet or anything. I mainly just want to get rid of it. I do want to get something out of it, so we'll see. I've also purchased a lot of the organizers from another company that is online. I don't need those anymore either, so I'm going to be selling those. And that's too heavy to mail, so that's also going to be something on Facebook Marketplace. And I've never sold anything on Facebook Marketplace before, so we will see how that goes. I am having a devil of a time, and it's really funny how I've got to get used to these drills. These drills are so different from the current Diamond Art Club drills. These drills are acrylic drills. They are not resin, and I'm just having a really hard time getting used to them because they're not flat either. And it's almost like you're picking up a little mini bubble. It's just very different. But when I first started diamond painting, I didn't know any different because that's what was out. So some of my older ones, I'm probably going to have to just muddle through them. But I want to keep them. I want to do them, or I would not have them out in my craft room. I am running out of space, so I gotta start thinking about that. But this is gonna be so much black. I don't know. I'll have to let you guys know how I feel in a couple of days after I work on this. I still have others I'm working on too, so it's not just this one, but we'll see how everything is going. But I did definitely enjoyed being off of work for spring break. Paige had to work, so for a couple of days I had a little bit of time in between taking her to work. Then I had to go and get my tag for my car, and we have to first get an emissions in Georgia. And so there is one place in close to our house, and it's also close to one of the tag offices, registration offices, where you can pay for the emissions, and then they would give you a free car wash. So I usually go down there so I can get my free car wash, and it's a pretty good car wash. But a friend of mine lives very close to that area, and she said that this car wash is always changing hands. There's always new management or new owners even. And so her and her husband quit going there because it was just so inconsistent. And so I don't go there to get my normal car washes, but I thought, you know, it's free. I just pay the one price for my emissions, and then I think they charge you maybe $5 more, but you get like supposedly a $20 plus car wash. So I went down there, got my emissions, car passed. I didn't think there'd be any problems, but the car passed, and then I asked about the car wash, and he said, oh, we're not doing that anymore. And he said that the owners at that's now taken over the car wash, yet new ownership, that they decided they didn't want to give out free car washes for emissions, and so didn't get my car wash. And so he asked if I still wanted a car wash, and they went up to 30 some odd dollars for just a simple car wash, not the deluxe. It was just a car wash. And so I told him no, and it was raining. Only reason why I was getting a car wash, again, because it was free, and I didn't want to get a car wash when it was raining, so I decided not to get my car washed. But I did get my tag, and I went into the tag office, which is, I don't think it's ever happened to me ever. And since I've been driving when I was 16, of course I didn't get my tags until I was, I first started getting my own tag when I was 21, I guess. That's when I moved and had gotten married. But anyway, for tags, I usually have to wait forever. So I was just dreading it and been putting it off and putting it off. And so I thought, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead, I'm going to do it. And if I have to sit there for a long time, I will just have to sit and wait. And I went there, and usually parking is horrible. It's a very small parking lot, and usually it's just horribly bad. But I went in there and I thought, this is odd. It was close to lunchtime, and there were only like 2 cars in the parking lot. So I went straight in, still had to get a ticket. Before I even sat down, they called my ticket. I was in and out of there and parked within 5 minutes. And usually it takes that long just to park. So, because their parking is so bad. So I was so excited that I got my tag, and that's done for yet another year. Oh, these are going to be so bad. It's going to be hard to multi-place on this. I can just tell you now. I've been multi-placing, and I'm having to really pick and choose on my drills, which isn't like a normal Diamond Art Club. And as I mentioned, this one's old, so keep that in mind if you are watching me diamond paint and you're looking at these drills and you're wondering what in the world. It's because this is a very old painting. So that pretty much was what we did for spring break. Paige and I did go out to eat. We did a little bit of shopping. She wanted a couple more books, so we did that. Didn't do much else really, which was nice. I did not finish any of my diamond paintings. I was hoping to get one finish that was from Common Canvas Designs. I'm almost done with it, and I haven't picked it up in the last couple of weeks. So I might pick that one up later this afternoon and work on that one. I want to get it finished by the end of April. I really need to, or I may not have it finished for April. So I would really like to get it finished by April if at all possible. And I'm so close to finishing it, and it's really pretty. I want to show you guys. I haven't done very much on Instagram either, and that was part of my goals for this year. Well, so far in the first quarter of this year, I have failed miserably on being more active on Instagram. I have been more active on Facebook, but I haven't been more active on Instagram, so I need to start doing that. I need to start putting, maybe just choose a day, and it will be that particular day, and whatever I'm working on, that will be the update, or update what I've been working on for that week. Maybe I should do that so I can keep up with and remember to post on Instagram. I used to be very active on Instagram, and I got so busy doing videos and things and Facebook that I kind of let now Instagram go. So I need to get back to that. I may have to ask for a moderator to help me with the Crafty Diamond, because that one, I don't know what's happened on my Facebook, but we have exploded, guys. I mean, I only had, like, at one point, I barely had 200, and I was excited about that. Well, now we're over 700 members in the Crafty Diamond, and I'm getting requests every day for people to be able to join our group, and I'm loving it. Don't get me wrong. I am very excited and stoked about it, but I don't know where everyone's finding me from, and definitely excited, for the growth, and also just for everyone being active. It's more fun when you have, an activity, people are posting and others can comment, than just me posting a couple of things when I remember to get in there. But I will get better. I really will. It's just taking me some time to get where I need to be, I think. So that's pretty much what went on for spring break. We didn't go anywhere. I know it's kind of boring. Paige hadn't worked in 2 weeks because she had been really sick. So she had gotten back in the swing of things for work. And my husband is so busy at his job right now, he couldn't take off if he had to. I mean, if something came up as an emergency, I'm sure that he could figure it out and get someone to cover for him. But right now, they are so slammed. They're short-handed in his department, and it has just been very busy for him. And so we knew we weren't going to be able to go anywhere. And spring break is always so crowded anywhere you go anyway, that we prefer just to wait and go later, somewhere in the year. So if you've had a spring break, did you go anywhere? I'd love to hear and live through you guys. Or maybe you don't have any kids that are in school and you just decided to go somewhere for the spring. Let me know what you guys are doing, or if you have anything planned for the summer. We're talking about next year already. Not doing much this year, but we're talking about next year. And I need to start really focusing on that. We just started talking about it yesterday, actually. It just kind of came up, a cruise that we've been talking about forever going on. We want to go on an Alaskan cruise, but there's been a couple of problems there. One problem was that my husband and I went for our 1-year wedding anniversary because we didn't do anything for a honeymoon. We had the kids, we had one night to ourselves, and then we had the kids the very next day, and we ended up staying a couple of days in the mountains, and then after we got married, and then we came home. I went back to my place where the kids and I were living, and he went back to his place, which became ours. And then I finished getting everything ready to move over into his place, which, became ours. And so we just didn't have a honeymoon. So a year later, that went way over what I was going to talk about. But anyway, we went on our 1-year anniversary. We went on a week cruise. My husband had never been on a cruise. I had been on several cruises and loved them. And so I was telling my husband, you know, my hands are sticking now. I was telling my husband all about, you know, how fun cruises are and what all you can do. And it's just so much fun. You didn't even know you're on a ship, because he was concerned about, you know, not being on land and, you know, for a couple of days. And his sister was telling him how much, you know, she had fun with cruises. All of our friends were talking to him and different people he worked with, and they said, you know, you're going to have so much fun. You're going to want to go on more cruises. It was the worst experience ever, guys. It was so bad. The ship was a good ship. It was an older one, and it was with one of the top companies, but we had a miserable time. I had a miserable time, and I felt so bad because I had beefed up, told him how much, you know, fun cruises were and things you can do, and we were just bored out of our minds. And we ended up having a really high bill at the end because I was working several jobs. I had to keep working, and he wanted me to, and we didn't realize how bad that the internet was going to be, how much it was going to cost, and then we got bored, so we just stayed pretty much at the bar. And they didn't have hardly any food. They would start closing everything right at 6 o'clock at night. The pool was closed. All the pools were closed. The hot tub we could never get into. They let kids in with diapers in the hot tub. And there wasn't anything, no extra food, no ice cream. You couldn't just go in the middle of the night if you wanted a snack. They didn't have any midnight buffets, nothing. They didn't have any kind of entertainment. They had one or two things at night, and it was awful. And so we didn't go. And then they had others that they had karaoke and different things, but they didn't have hardly any entertainment. So when we got off the cruise, we ran and got a hamburger. We were starving, which is really bad. We both lost over 10 pounds on a cruise. And you know, how can you do that? So then we were talking about we'll never go on another cruise. My husband was just dead set. And then he started a few years ago saying the only cruise that he would ever go on was an Alaskan cruise. So if any of you have gone on an Alaskan cruise, please give me some details. Help me out here. Because now we're talking about that he is going to be turning a milestone age this year, next month. And I will be turning a milestone age next year. So we want to go on a special cruise. Now, more than likely, we're going to have to take Paige with us. I doubt very seriously her dad would keep her for a full week. And I don't know if she'd enjoy going on a cruise. I'll let her make that determination before I even ask her dad. But, so we're going to have to do something. We're going to have to probably have 2 rooms where we have connecting rooms. So she'll have her own space, but it's right with us. She'll always be with us. So I've got to make sure that it's something that she's going to enjoy too. So I do have to do some research. My husband he has always said he will never fly. He refuses to fly, and so that's why we had to end up going on the one ship that we went on, because he wouldn't go any further than Tampa. Now he's saying that if it's a really good cruise, a really good reason, that he would consider flying. So now I have more options than what I had before. That's what he's saying now. We'll see when it gets closer if I find something. But I want to start and just doing some research and making sure it's going to be a decent ship. More than likely, it will be either Norwegian or Royal Caribbean. That's the 2 that I'm really familiar with, and we didn't go on either one of those when we went on our honeymoon, our year anniversary. So I don't know, but I've got some friends that I can ask too. So let me know what you guys think. If you think it would be worth it to start looking at cruises. I think that'll be the best way for us to really see Alaska and see what we want would be on a ship. So we've been talking about that, and today is Monday for me. So it will be Tuesday when you see this, but today is my birthday, and I went a little overboard on diamond paintings. That I wanted to buy something for me for my birthday, and I kind of went overboard on diamond paintings. So you will see they haven't come in yet. There's one that I had to pre-order, and I've been going back and forth on the one that I pre-ordered. You know, should I get this? Do I really want this? And then I thought, you know what? It's my birthday. I'm going to get it. Now, it may take me until my milestone of a birthday to get it finished. That would be kind of cool. So we will see. But, you know, I have so many diamond paintings, and I kept saying, I'm not going to buy any more. I need to work on some. But, gosh, so many have come out, and they're so cute. And they're exactly what I want to work on. Exactly my style. So I did get a couple, well, more than a couple, but you'll see, and I'll be doing some unboxings on that. I'm not sure when. And Dreamer Designs, I have to say, has really knocked it out of the park, because I did get a couple from Dreamer Designs, and then I saw today they've got a BOGO, buy one, get one for 50% off, and I just ordered 2 this past week. I wish I would have known that they were going to have a buy one, get one, but too late now. I kept thinking, well, there's others that I want. I am not going to go down the rabbit hole and go ahead and order 2 more because I have a buy one, get one. Oh gosh. Now I'm sticking. This is so sticky. I'm not used to getting my arms stuck in here. I don't know what, I'm looking at this upside down. I don't know if that is one I am missing. I see a big white spot there. I'll have to look at that whenever I am done. If I move over too much, you'll see my head, and I do not want that for sure. This glue is going to give me fits. This is going to be fun. I am looking forward to doing this one. I probably should have worked on this some and gotten used to the canvas and these drills before I decided to do a whip and chat, but no, I had to go ahead and do this. This is, and it wouldn't be so bad, but the canvas is sticky, is exceptionally sticky, and I have a new glue dot because I decided I want to use this new pen, which I've never loaded yet with wax or glue dot. This is going better. Once this glue dot gets a little dirty or a little used, then I can multi-place again, I think. I hope. So that was 2 weeks ago. So now we are up to last week, which I guess would be considered current for this whip and chat. But last week was a doozy. I was super busy with work. I had a competition event, competitive event for work. So I had to deal with that, make sure that my students were ready, and to make sure I was ready, get everything ready for the house so that I could be gone just for the weekend. And I wasn't very far. I mean, if something would have happened at home, I could have easily come home because I was only like 30 minutes away. But we met at the school where I work, the college where I work, and we drove one car. One of my students drove herself, and then we had a van from work. So this is going to drive me insane. So we did that, and that was a lot of fun. I will say that it was more relaxed than it was last year. Last year, I didn't know what to expect. I was new. I did not have anyone there with me except for a student. and she was very outgoing last year and never saw her, which was fine. She's not there to keep me company, and I'm not there to keep her company. So I was glad that, she met a lot of people, but I didn't know what to expect. And so this year I felt more at ease. I could tell my students exactly what to expect. I had another person who works at the same place that I do. She was there, and so she did made all the arrangements and everything. And we both had to volunteer as they gave us timekeeper. So she did her timekeeping on Friday, and then she was done. And Friday, I just hung around the hotel after we had a seminar, did a couple of seminars, and I hung around the hotel. I got a lot of work done on both my schools. I work full-time at this school that I had the competition with, and I work part-time online with another school. And on that one, I had a lot of work because I am a lead faculty with them. And it was a very busy work week that we had a lot of things to do. So I was able to get that done. So that was, kind of boring, but I got it done. And then Saturday, I had to do my timing, and it was supposed to be from 9 o'clock in the morning until 11:20 a.m. And then we had plans to go over to the mall and to go and have a nice lunch, and then to come back, and we were going to have a banquet that evening. Well, I didn't get to go to lunch with everybody. I didn't get to go to the mall and have fun, which I guess was a good thing because I didn't spend any money. But we had a problem. Of course we did. If it would be anything, it would be mine. Internet went down at the hotel. Competition is done scoring by the internet. And so we were 2 hours behind, and we didn't get out of there until 1:30. We were going to eat at 5:30, and I had told them, I already knew by 11:15. I'm like, there is no way. We are already way behind, and I won't be able to go to lunch. Y'all go ahead and go without me. And so they said, well, we can come back and get you, or we can pick you up something for lunch. And so that was really nice of them. But I said, I'm fine. I've got plenty of snacks, and if I want to, I can get a sandwich at the hotel. So ended up staying there, but they had some things going on at the hotel, so I went and did that. And that was fun. Got to meet some people. They had bingo and some other things. And then also, there were some people that sent out a text from other schools, because it was statewide, from other schools, and they said, we like to diamond paint. Come down and bring your crafts into such and such meeting room, banquet hall. And so I thought, yes. And so I took my Paint Gem minis down there. And so I was able to finish a couple of my Paint Gem minis. And so that was a lot of fun. There were a lot of people down there. I was really surprised at how many brought their diamond paintings. And they were mostly students. There were some instructors that came down too. And so I was talking about diamond painting, and then we were just talking about our favorite diamond painting companies and different things. And so that was a lot of fun. So that took up another couple of hours, and then we had our banquet. And the banquet Saturday night was really nice. Some people really went out and dressed up, and others just wore either pants or a simple dress, or whatever that they wanted to wear. And we came in first in one event, and we came in second in the other event. So we are now going to nationals. I am so excited. Both of the students are going to be able to go to nationals. They are good friends. They met taking classes together this semester, and they became good friends, and so that's really nice. Nationals is going to be in Florida, and we're getting ready for Nationals, which will be in June. So I am really happy for them. I am not going to be going to Nationals because it is right, Nationals is going to end right when I'm leaving to go to the retreat, to the Great Lakes retreat. And so I knew that from the very beginning, and I told my boss, I said, if I need to go to Nationals, I can go to Nationals, and then I'll come home. I will have 2 days, and then I will leave to go to my retreat. I can already be packed, you know, I'll be ready. And so I think that our students are so well prepared, and the other person who handles all of our traveling, she is going to go in my place, and she is more than happy to go because she gets to go to Disney. So that's going to be really nice for them. I am really excited that they are going to be going. Next year, they are changing the competitions and for the end of May, and that's going to be right after graduation. But I'd rather have it in May than to have it right in the middle of summer in June. And that's one of the reasons why they're changing too, is a lot of people were saying that June is just too hard to get a lot of people there, and especially to get the judges and just to get, you know, other students. And so they decided to go ahead and change it. So next year, if we go to Nationals, then we will be going to, I believe it's in Texas. So not much really, you know, on the personal front except for all of that. And Molly is starting in, if you can hear her. She's been really good. I think she's getting antsy. Our weather has been so crazy here. It's like, okay, is it summer yet? Is it spring? Is it winter? One day it's absolutely freezing, and the next day it's 80. So I don't ever know what to wear, having to dress in layers, you know, which is fine, but it's also confusing all the animals. We have a bird bath out front right in our front yard, and the birds now are starting to use our bird bath. And now we have some huge robins that we've seen in there. And one robin takes up over half the bowl because they get right in the middle too. And they start splashing and they go underwater. And they keep, all the water keeps, not all of it at one time, but our water keeps sloshing out. And so my husband's been getting out there cleaning it, just running some fresh water in there. And so they're getting in, when it gets dirty, they don't want to get in there. So he just runs more water, and other water, he has it wherever it overflows. So we've had a lot of fun with our bird bath. And the cat is loving it. Salem will sit on her cat tree, and she will sit there for hours, and then she just falls asleep. So the birds are just keeping her awake. And at night, she is so ready to go to bed. She's just really excited. And it was really funny because when I was gone, she would not even go upstairs and sleep with my husband. She knew I wasn't home. She knew something wasn't right because I should be there and I wasn't. And so when I got home on Sunday night, she decided, she waited until after we went to bed, and I woke up, and you could not have gotten a pin between the cat and I. She was so close to me. She will only do this when I'm asleep. She does not want to be close to me when I'm awake, but I guess she feels like that it's safe for her when I am asleep. And I don't ever pick her up. I don't ever bother her or hurt her. So I don't know why that she does that, but she thinks it's funny whenever I wake up and I realize that she's there, and then she starts purring. So I don't know. I don't know much about cats. We've had her now for, she's almost 9. And she's always done, she hasn't, I shouldn't say she's always done this. She didn't sleep with us for years. Just in the past, I would say 3 years, she really started sleeping with us. I guess she finally thinks we're not a threat and she's safe. But she should have known that from the very beginning. But anyway, my pets are just, they're our fur babies. We definitely spoil our babies. Heard from Madison, we are going to be traveling to South Dakota sometime this summer. When I say we, Paige and I, Dave is going to stay home and take care of Molly and Salem, because one thing, he doesn't want to fly and he doesn't need to go and see them. So I am trying to figure out the best times to go and see her, but it's not so much the airfare as it is the times. You have to either be at the airport literally at the crack of dawn, especially in Atlanta, or you have to leave super late and get there well after midnight. Plus you have a layover, and every time Madison has had a layover, and I think it's been in Minnesota, she's had problems. It was always delayed. The last time that she went, they just canceled the flight, and she had to wait until the next day to get on a flight to go home. So she was stuck overnight by herself in a strange city, and the airlines would not even cover for a hotel, would not cover for anything. They covered for the Uber, which made me extremely nervous for her to take an Uber that late at night. But she didn't have a choice. She was just very careful. I mentioned the Great Lakes Retreat. I went there last year and am really getting excited about that in June. I now know what to expect from the retreat. I also know what to take, what not to take, and I make sure I have extra space in my suitcase, which I did not do last year. When people that had gone before were saying that, I thought, oh, I'm not going to take that much. I'm not going to bring that much back. I'm not worried about it. I should have listened to them. So if you're going to the retreat, first of all, let me know you're going to the retreat so I can be looking for you there. And then second of all, listen to what they tell you and make sure you have plenty of room to bring back all of your goodies. And there will be a lot of goodies. And you may buy something and then you have all of that too. So I need to get my tail in gear. I have a Secret Santa that I haven't even started on. I've made a list of ideas for my Secret Santa, and I pretty much know what I want to do. I just have to do it. So it shouldn't be horribly bad. I should be able to get that done maybe the next couple of weeks, so that way I can wrap it. It is done. And then I've got to do something with my white elephant. I haven't looked around the house to see what I could do with the white elephant gift. I know I've got something that is new that we bought and then thought, I don't really want this. I just had to figure out what that is. Molly is now outside and she is barking at a squirrel. So hopefully you guys cannot hear her. She loves her squirrels. But she is barking at a squirrel. And also barking at a plane. So I guess she's getting bored. But I wanted to ask you guys, do you like to have videos on specific days and on specific times? Or do you just go and watch videos as you see them on your feed? Or what exactly do you guys like to do? For me, if there are certain creators that I really like to listen to their whip and chats. I know on that day who's doing, whip and chat, if they're doing whip and chat or not. And so I will tune in then. So I do like to see whip and chats on a specific date. And that way I know, okay, I'm diamond painting today and I can listen to this person or this podcast, or I can listen to an audiobook, or whatever that it is. And so for that, I do like it. And so I do want to keep my whip and chats on Tuesdays. And I don't even know how Tuesday came to be on whip and chats, but I've been doing my whip and chats on Tuesdays for a very long time. So I thought I'm just going to continue to do that on Tuesdays. But sometimes I think I was doing 4 videos a week and I'm thinking, is that too many videos? If I don't have anything, do I still need to try to think of something? I do like to schedule videos in advance. I always have something that I can unbox, to be honest, because from my stash, I started collecting way before I had a channel. So I've got plenty that I haven't shown you. And that's another question. I'm going to hold that off for just a minute. But I don't want to do any more kitting ups until I am ready to start on a diamond painting. I have several kitted up, and some of them I did because I wanted to do with you guys. And I thought, well, I'm going to be starting on this soon, and I haven't gotten to it. I have several like that. So I am trying to just be more, I don't want to say observant. I'm trying to think of the word. I'm trying to just be more diligent, I guess, in what videos that I have out there. If I'm doing 4 videos, you expect 4 videos. I'm not sure about the algorithm. I know that the algorithm can get messed up if you do certain times and certain, videos, how many you do, and then it messes up. It does not distribute your videos. I've heard that, but I've also heard too that it's also more of what people are tuning in to watch is how your video gets out there. So the more likes and comments that you have, then the algorithm sees that and not sees your video output. So I don't really know how all that works. I don't really care, to be honest. I want to make sure that what I am doing, that it is what you guys want to see. And so that's why I am doing this. I'm doing it because it is so much fun. I love to diamond paint, obviously. Every chance that I get, I do try to diamond paint, whether it is at home in my craft room or if it's in our family room. When I don't have anything to do at work, I'm just sitting there in between classes, I can work on a small painting or my paint gems. And I really love interacting with everybody, and that is what's one of my favorites. And so I have friends that are the channels, it's members, but I call these my special friends. All of you are special, but these are members that have paid, and so I'm trying to work on some extra content for them as well. And I need to do a couple of videos. I was going to do some vlogs. My vlogs never work out. I mean, I don't really do that much except do the same thing every day. I go to the office, so it's the same route every day, so nothing really, major there. When I go shopping, I feel kind of weird having my phone out, doing a video and talking to myself. People do it all the time. It shouldn't bother me, but I don't know why it does. It's just kind of odd. But anyway, let me know what you guys think. I would love to know. Inquiring minds want to know. And also, let me know what you guys are working on. I've been busy with my Josephine wall, And I'll tell you what, I will be honest with you guys. There's no need to lie. I will be honest. Everything that I tell you, I will be honest. If I tell you something that's wrong, it is because I incorrectly stated something, but I will not come out and blatantly lie to anybody. There's not any point in it. But anyway, another thing, I digress. Sometimes I get off tangent so bad and I can't ever get back on where I needed to be. But the black and white canvas, it is going to be gorgeous. The drills are really good. I really like the canvas, but the black and white symbols, it is kicking my butt. It is, I started out doing a very large section thinking, oh, a larger section will be better. No. For me, a larger section is not better on that canvas. A larger section, it is giving me massive headaches. So I am trying to work on a smaller section, but I am working on my other painting, my Josephine wall from Diamond Painting Deutschland. I'm getting really close to finishing. I would love to finish by the end of April. And then in May, I will be able, hopefully, to spend more time on the black and white one and just do very small sections at a time and not try to do such larger ones. And maybe that will work out better because I'm missing so many of the symbols. I'll do these symbols and then I put them up and then I look and I'm like, oh, well, here's 10 right here. How did I miss all of these? And they're all together. So I need to, I think once I get on a roll on that one, once I can get a rhythm to it, how I want to do it, what works for me. And I have rearranged my drills no less than 3 times. And I am still having a hard time locating them. But I think it's because I have not spent enough time on it. I think once I put some hours into it, then it's going to go by faster. I know for a fact I am not going to finish that painting by the end of May. There is no way on this earth that I'm going to get that finished. I have no expectations of getting that one finished. Diamond Painting Deutschland, there would be a problem if it's not finished because I'm so close to finishing it now, and that one is going pretty quickly for me because I know where all the drills are. I have a really good pattern. I know what I'm doing. So that one you'll see a finish. It may not be the end of April, but definitely the end of May. So there'll be some really good videos off of that one because I'll have a lot of things to say on a review. And also, it's going to take me a while to kit that one down. So that's going to be fun. And then I'm looking forward to kitting that one down because there's so many drills. I have so many left over. I'm going to have some to add to my stash. So that one I've been working on. And then I have Maggie by Bayonet, and that is from Oraloa. That one's about halfway finished. I'm working on that one in my family room. And last night was a beautiful night. And so my husband and I sat outside and I diamond painted for a couple of hours before it got too dark and I just couldn't see. I couldn't see a blooming thing. So that's when I had to, of course, stop. And then we went to bed shortly after that. But I will work on that one at night in the evenings and probably on the weekends to try to speed that one up. And then I worked on my little Paint Gym minis when I was out of town, and that was perfect for a hotel because my room was so dark. I had all the lights on and it was still really dark, and even with a light pad it was dark. So I'm glad that I worked on a couple of minis. I might be able to get that one finished by the end of April. So I do have some finishes coming up. It sounds like I'm trying to rush, but if I don't have any finishes, I don't really have anything to show you guys except for unboxings. And I like doing unboxings. I really enjoy doing the unboxings. But, and there's always a but somewhere. Somebody's butt or a but. But, say but again. Okay, so anyway, there's always going to be something. But with the unboxings, I know that a lot of people don't really care to watch unboxings. For me personally, I don't watch a lot of unboxings because if I do, then I will say, gotta have it, even though I may not have to necessarily have it. But when I see it and I see how excited that somebody else gets by unboxing, then I want to get that too. And I've done that with several of my paintings. And you know what? A lot of those that I just had to have because I saw somebody else unboxing, I destashed them. I sold them last year on a lot of those. So I can totally understand why a lot of people do not watch unboxings. So I don't want to do unboxings all the time either. And I want to get something finished so I can say I accomplished something. If I don't have a finish, and I don't know how you guys are, so let me know about this too. I've asked you quite a few questions. I'm not even sure if I remember what all I've asked you. But let me know how you guys think about unboxings. Do you like to see those, or do they just not do anything for you because either one, you're trying not to buy anything, or you can't buy anything, or you shouldn't buy anything, or whatever your case may be. Maybe you don't want to buy anything. And if you look at it, you might be, you know, kind of coaxed. Oh yeah, this is really pretty. I hadn't bought anything from this company. Let's do this. So I'm definitely trying to be better. I do plan on doing a stash video, but it's not going to be for a while because I'm not getting all my boxes out like I did before. I will show photos of what I have. And to do that, I'm going to have to open all of them. I have some boxes from Diamond Art Club and Dreamer Designs that I haven't opened yet. I've opened the main box, the shipping box, but I have not opened the box that has the diamond painting in it, and I really should, because one of these days, that's another thing that's going to bite me, is that I'm going to open a box and it's not going to have the canvas, or the canvas is going to be wrong, or something's going to be wrong, and it'll be over a year old, it'll be too late. You know, not their problem, it'll be mine. And that would be all on me because I didn't open it. So I do need to start doing that much at least, just to make sure that what I've ordered is what I got. But I'm not ordering as much as I had been in the past. I have ordered more in April than I have in a while. But I didn't really order anything in March. And I didn't really spend a lot. I used a lot of points, but that doesn't matter because it is still canvas. I'm not looking at it in terms of money spent. I'm looking at it in terms of, well, I got another diamond painting, now where am I going to put it? And do I really need all these diamond paintings? And the answer to that is yes, yes, I do. But I am going to go through, that's another thing that's on my to-do list, on my spring cleaning list. I want to go through and see if I have anything that I'm looking at and it's like, oh, do I really want to do this? And I know that Daphne with Diamond Painting Anonymous has done this. She has a Stay or Go series, and I really liked that idea. So I may do that with you guys over the summer and see what you think based on comments that I give you on something that's particular. But, you know, we'll see. I need to do just one thing at a time, and that is also my problem, and that's also my personality. I tend to do too much, then I get overwhelmed, and then what happens? I don't do anything. So that's why I'm trying to also work on some of my kits that's in my stash. So that way, and that's in my actual work in progress from last year. So that way I can at least get those done and not have so many that I am just waiting to work on. I think I'm going to stop for today. I have no idea how long I have been yapping. I missed you guys so much, so I was so excited to talk to you, and I have just been talking way too long. I'm probably going to have to edit quite a bit of this out, and that's okay. I don't want to go too long over, and then you guys do not ever want to hear from me again. Didn't get a whole lot done. I have gotten some of the black done in this one section, and that's as far as I've gotten. And again, there's only 19 colors here, and this is just going to be on the leopard spots. And that's a big part of this diamond painting. So we will see how much, if anything, that I get done on this one. I might just wait and work on this one only when I am doing my whip and chats, and then see how long it takes me. I don't know, I might get too bored doing it that way. But I hope that you, and I don't know how many times I've said but this time. Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this video, and let me know in the comments below, again, how you're doing, all the questions that I asked. If you don't want to put anything in the comments, if you want to put an emoji, I would love to see something there, something really nice and bright, and especially since it is my birthday today. I am going to diamond paint for the rest of the afternoon, and then we are going to grill out for dinner tonight. My husband said that he would do that for me, so of course I have to go to the store and get everything, but he is going to grill out. So my daughter also is making some cookies, so it's going to be a very nice, relaxing day here. I hope that you have a nice, relaxing day wherever you are, and until next time, happy diamond painting. Bye!